Oh, okay, I think I was muted for that entire time. That's a little bit embarrassing. Well, here we go. I am now unmuted. Um, so yeah, we're just going to be playing a little bit of Black and White right now. Not going to do too much else. We might play a little bit of Master Duel afterwards. I've been messing around with some Madolche decks, and I think I really like it. But yeah, today we're just going to be playing a bit of Black and White here, going a little bit further into the storyline, and just generally chilling. I've downloaded this program called Creature Stats, which is a third-party program that will allow you to edit the stats of your creature. It won't allow you to edit the miracles that they know, but it does allow you to not only check things like their age, their height, their poop, all of that kind of stuff, but it also lets you change those values, and also lets you change the species that your creature is. So, oh, by the way, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly, I should have done this before, load up my twitch.tv. I think I actually need to load up my Streamlabs, I'm not sure. Let me just quickly attempt this. Go to my channel, video producer, create a dashboard. I think that's the one that I want. I'm live! Hey, I'm live. Okay. Let's see. Stream manager. Okay, I think everything is good. Everything is golden. Yeah, I think everything looks good so far. Okay, let me just move this aside. Let me take a look at this. Okay. Alright, I think I'm ready to begin. Let's go. The people next door are doing some hammering. So if that picks up on the microphone, you know, I can't do anything about that. But let's get going. So we left off with this creature who, his name is actually, if we go here. Oh, we haven't gotten this yet. Yeah. So this is the creature cave. This is a part of the temple. If you want to access it quickly, the best thing that you can do is just press F5 on the keyboard. But it shows you things like...
This scroll shows what he's learned to do. Phil is praying with evil.
like that, for instance. So you can see it said, your creature doesn't know that he can take food from the field, get him to watch the villagers. So these are just basic things that they can learn to do. This down here is their combat stats, so we don't need to worry too much about them. Combat is super easy.
Your creature is aggressive. Hence the way forward, boys.
Actually, he's not wrong. This here, these pedestals are where it will show us the miracles our creature knows. Up here are the miracles the creature knows. He doesn't know any just yet, but that's why we picked the ape. The ape is the best creature. This tells you a little bit about the creature. So he's rather greedy, extremely tired, quite compassionate, rarely frightened, slightly playful. He thinks I'm on the side of good. My deity has paid me some attention. That's probably going to drop significantly. Most of my playthroughs don't typically work with the creature, and we can kind of see like a tiny creature over here. So let's go to general attributes. This is how I found out that our creature's name is Twitchy. But anyway, you can see that all the values are here. So its health is 100%, energy is 56, strength is 29. I'm just going to double check to make sure this is showing up in this program here. It is. Okay, cool. And it also shows you just like general stuff here, like people killed, animals killed, poops. Yep. I don't know why the game keeps so much track of poops, but apparently it does. And then you just exit the temple here. But yeah, this is Twitchy. He is our creature, and he is ours, and he is Twitchy, and he is ours. That is what we have going on here. So if we go over here to the village store, we can see that they're actually, like, you know, their food reserves are pretty empty. Normally there's nothing we can do about that, but because we have this, this mod installed that changes the map, what we can just do is we can just take this, put it over here. Let's get our creature. Now watch the creature closely. So if we double click this, he's going to look at us. You see he's following our hand. Now if we do this, check that out. He's learning. You saw that 24%? Now he is going to point his finger up into the sky, like that. And he is going to, well, just try and do something what he thinks is right. But really all you need to do is make sure he's paying attention to you and tracking your hand like this. Click that, and then he learns it. He's now at 49%. This is way faster than what any other creature is able to learn. Maybe except for the chimpanzee. But I've been hearing strange reports. I've got conflicting information, should I say. I'm not like some sort of like spreadsheet aficionado or anything like that. I've just been playing this game for a long time, and I've just tried to take a look. Oh, look at him, he's trying. He messed up that miracle. That's okay. Let's go ahead and reward him for trying. Good boy. Now, like our creature, my mouse is a little bit twitchy, so sometimes that reward system thing doesn't go very well for me. Sometimes it drops the input. Okay, let's see if he's going to do it now. Yeah! Let's go, Twitchy! Let's go! Let's heckin' go, man! Let's monkey! Okay, dude. He's got this, he's got this. He's going to keep doing this a couple more times, I think. Let's see, what does he want to do? Does he still want to be kind and generous? He wants food to eat. And you see, like, respecting creature. All of the people are respecting the creatures. Unless he is going to go and pick up a human. Are you going to pick up a human? It seemed like he's wanting to find something to eat. Whoa, come on. What are you trying to do here? Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm going to give you some food. Let's give you about 500. Sure, this is less than 500, but you should eat that. Nice. I'm going to reward him for eating. Let's give him 30%. 30% belly rubs. Okay. Nice. So, there are a few things that we can do with our creature. There is a gold story scroll over here. Oh, the creature's learning that he can take food from the field. Oh yes, let's also take him down here. There's also a quest here. So let's go down here and get him to observe the fisherman. There you go, 50%. Shouldn't take him too much longer to learn how to fish. He has learned how to fish. What that basically allows us to do is if I click here, he is going to pick up some fish. And then try to eat it, apparently. Yeah, okay. Said that he's a little bit tired, but we're going to do this silver reward scroll.
What's all the fuss?
A freak wave has just struck. My husband and 4 others are drowning. Please help them.
Is the audio okay?
Let's see. Who do we know who's tall enough to wade out to him?
Don't muck around. Let's get our creature out there as fast as possible.
Okay. No, excuse me. It is the middle of summer where I live, and the middle of summer means a lot of allergies. So I am going to have uncontrollable sneezes and sniffling. So I'll try and minimize them for the purity of the stream. But I'm just warning you ahead of time. So this mission, by the way, we are not allowed to pick up any of them. You see that giant X on our hand? That's just an arbitrary restriction that this mission sets on us. It's trying to teach us to, you know, hey, rely on your creature to do stuff. But honestly, the creature is sometimes more of a hindrance than it is a benefit. Especially if you're playing an evil creature. It takes so long to try and make an evil creature. It is ridiculous. Okay. But this one over here we can just, we can just pick up. There we go. Doesn't matter if he's flying. Don't want the creature to, you know, figure out that throwing civilians is good. Although, who knows? Maybe we do.
Oh, I'm so grateful. We'll get some extra worshipping done.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah, you're grateful now.
Good old Dark Conscious.
Nice. Another of those cool miracle dispensers.
He says what always on everyone's mind. So this miracle dispenser here is a miracle strength. If we click it on our creature, he's going to learn it. And this is going to come in handy a bit later. And it's going to make him muscly for a little bit. So you can see he's a little bit more swole. So let's go here and we can see the difference. Look at those arm muscles. He's quite skinny, of course. He's, you know, he hasn't really been hitting the weight. This is, you know, he skipped out on a lot of leg day, which for a monkey, I think is a really bad issue. Oh, he's just got to poop. Let's give him a little bit of privacy. Okay, so that is one thing we can do. There is another thing that we can do all the way over here. So this is where we got the dude for the Lost Brother quest. Creature has learnt that he can do something. Okay, now this guy here. This guy is a bit of a dick.
As I see it, there ain't no need for me to bow before you, son. I ain't seen diddly from you, which impresses me one itty bit. Gods have huge creatures. That's what my mama always told me. And until I see a big enough one, you don't mean nothing to me.
You don't mean nothing to me. Right. So
Don't leave him as a lost soul. Show him your creature.
Oh, let him die alone. It's what he wants. The heck? You don't have to justify yourself to him. Oh, come on. You've got better things to destroy.
let's speed up time a little bit because our creature is pretty slow. So our creature is the default size of a creature. Like he is still 0 years old. If we bring him up to here, he's going to be judged by this man.
Ha! Not the largest beast in the land, is he?
Hey, come on. He's the largest beast in the land so long as you don't go beyond the valley. And he is the only creature in the land so long as you don't go beyond the valley. So, he doesn't like that our creature is so short. But. Let's just pause the game here a little bit. And just give me a moment here. What about now? Well. Oops. Well, right now our creature is still a little bit short. But let's bring him over here. As soon as he comes back. They'll be coming round the mountain when they come. They'll be coming round the mountain when they come. They'll be coming round the mountain. They'll be running across the plains. They'll be leaving hand footprints on the way.
You killed him.
What?
How dreadful of you.
Who did I kill? I didn't kill anyone, I swear. Oh yeah, the creature needs to sleep. So let's leave him be for a moment while he gets over his little bit of tiredness. Who did I kill? Oh, there's a dead guy over here. Who are you? Were you this guy? It wasn't me who killed you. Okay, once our creature is fully healed, and he leaves. Okay, let us enter a skirmish map quickly. Let's go skirmish, let's go to defeat another god to control this realm. I don't want to click on the other options because the other options can lead to a game crash. Okay, our creature should be in his pen. Oh, our creature is still small. Interesting. Let's let me do this. Apply. Please be patient. All were uploaded successfully. Okay, I think we might need to load out of the game temporarily and then load back into the game temporarily. So let's try that. Let's quit. Yep. Okay, you guys have a black screen right now. Let's go and reopen it. This should show up on screen. And now I get to show you one of the coolest Easter eggs in this game. It's not necessarily an well, I think it is an Easter egg. It's just a fun thing you can do on the menu screen. So if you move your mouse around, you can kind of see that I'm pushing it a little bit, right? And sometimes this thing doesn't show the Lionhead symbol like it normally does. But this time it does. So you see, this is what the mouse is doing. They form the Lionhead symbol, which is super cool. But sometimes it shows your player icon. Continue game. Oh, are you still this size? Are you sure? You can see him grow a tiny bit when he leaves the pen. Okay, let me just try this again quickly. I'm not sure if this is working well. You might be wondering, what am I doing? Oh, my allergies are causing me to twitch. Okay, let's set that to that. Apply. Okay. All files were updated successfully. Okay, let's go to start skirmish. Let's go down to defeat 2 gods. And let's see if this has changed our creature. Okay, this is not our land. Our land is over here. And our creature is not yet big. Interesting. I'm not sure why this is happening. Okay, hold on. Let me try running this in administrator mode. Let's just follow our creature for the time being. I want to go into here. You guys can't see what I'm doing. Don't worry. I'm doing sneaky stuff behind the screen to hack the game. Open. This may take a minute. Okay, we have this. Oh, I need to run it as admin. I forgot to do that. What did he learn? Learning how to use the village store. Oh no, he's going to eat a sheep. Let's go into... Where's my stuff? Over here. Let's run as admin. Yep. Oh, did that pause the game for you? Oh, the game is crashing, apparently. Yeah, the game crashed. Okay. That's fine. Let me show you what I'm doing in that case. So let's go to, where is it? Creature stats. Done. Did that work? There we go. Okay, so this is what I am doing. I do need to reopen the game because this doesn't work without the game being on. And all I just do is I do this and you copy the file path into that section down there. I'm not going to do my one, obviously. But you just copy your file path here and then put in the name of the creature mined file that you can find in the game files. Let me just load back on in here. Let me pause the game. And let me swap this back to... Actually, firstly, let me explain. So you have alignment, age, energy, height, fatness, poop, strength, tiredness. What I'm trying to do is our creature's height is set to 11 right now. And I want that to be 98. Now, the reason why I want to do this is because it takes a very, very stupidly long time in order for your creature to obtain that kind of height. It does lead to something rather funny and inconsistent during the first land specifically, but we'll get to that when it arrives. So let me swap this back to black and white, okay? And let me try this again. Open up this file. Please be patient. Let me do 98. And let's do apply. Please be patient. All files were updated successfully. So now our creature should be pretty tall. Let's go into the creature cave. It didn't work. Interesting. Let's leave. Let's go into a skirmish. Is this really not working? I have no idea why this is not working. Yeah, no, our creature is tiny still. So send him into here, out to here. Let's try this again. So let's open this. Okay. Height set to 11. Let's set it to 98. And then let's set its age to like 3. Apply. Okay, all files have been validated successfully. So let's send him back in. Let's have him leave. And let me try and reopen the file again. Okay, it says that the height is saved. I do not wish to quit Black and White. Let me leave the skirmish game. Go back to our actual land. Start game. Our creature is still small. Why is this? Let's just put, like, what, 90, age 3? Apparently the age can go up to what is that? 65,535. That is insanity. Let's just call him. I can't actually change his name. Why can't I actually change his name though? Weird. Let me try changing what creature he is. Apply. Didn't work apparently. I can't change his name for some reason. This might not be working. And I think I have a small idea why it's not working. But I don't want to put all my eggs in that one basket. And this hasn't worked if I am to guess. Right? Yeah, our creature is still tiny. Okay, that is a bit of a shame. Because I wanted my creature to be really, really, really tall. I'm gonna try cutting this and then pasting it over here instead. Yeah, replace files. Okay, I'm gonna close the game and then try this again. Thankfully, this game is pretty easy to open and close. So let's open this. Okay. Okay. Let's hope that this works. Okay, the game is open. That is good. Then let's go to creature stats. Let's run as admin. Yep. This might crash the game. I think it has crashed the game. It has crashed the game. Okay, let's try opening it again without crashing the game. Without running it in admin mode. The creature path should all still be the same. Okay, so we have our creature here. He is still an ape. Let us open the file. Yep. Height is set to 11. Can we change his name? We cannot change his name still. So I don't feel as if this is... If you want to open the computer's file, go to your profile directory and under the folder Save Games is a numeric subfolder. Click on the greatest folder and edit the Save Creature files. Okay, I might just be using the wrong thingy. Hold on. Let's follow that. So, what does... Okay. Let's do... That's ape. This is going to pay off, I promise you. If we can get it to work, it will definitely pay off. Because then our creature is going to be huge. And these things can get really, really, really big. Believe me. Believe me, they can get really big. What am I doing? So under Save Games. Wait. Oh, Profiles. Save Games. What is my name? My name here is this one. Save Games. Click on the greatest number. Okay. Save creature file. I think it's this one then. So let's try this then. I'm not sure if this is going to work. This is going to take a minute. Oh, okay, so it loaded up my stats, okay. So let's try and change it again. 98, can I change the name? I still cannot change the name. But that's fine. Let's apply. There is a risk if you decide to modify the computer or tyke mine. Do you wish to continue? Yes. If you are modifying your tyke, this may take a while. Okay. I do not have a tyke. So that should be fine. Okay, our creature is still small. Let us go into a skirmish game. Let's scroll down. Defeat another god. Okay. And our creature is still an itty bitty creature. Okay, let's try this again. Open. Yeah. Color me confused. 98, 98. Apply? Yes. Yes. All files were saved successfully. Okay. So instead of that one, let's try this one. Open? Yep. Oh, interesting. So there are two creature files that I'm looking at. One of them is apparently for my creature. The other one is apparently for the big creature that we're seeing in the other land. Which gives me an idea. So this thing now says that my creature's height is 98. So let's leave skirmish game and try this again. Go back. Continue. Okay. I will try and get this working for next stream. It's a little bit of a cop-out, but I'll try and get this working for next stream. I am aiming to start streaming regularly on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and I'm not sure what the other day is going to be. Maybe just Tuesdays and Thursdays for now. Those are really the only 2 days that I have available. So hopefully that gets us somewhere. No one is dancing around our statues yet. That is a shame. But anyway, okay, so that means that we can't really do this quest right now. But that's perfectly fine. This quest is only going to give us a water dispenser. And also the admiration of that guy. So, you know, we could... You know what, let's go and complete the game. Let's go and complete that quest. Where is he? He's over here, huh? Okay. So he thinks he's all high and mighty. He thinks he's all great. He thinks, you know, he can judge our creature. Well, let's go and pick up this lady statue here. Move on over to here. And destroy his house! Okay, that house does not look destroyed. Whatsoever. This house is not blowing up. Okay, I need a fireball. Give me a fireball. That is food. I do not want to give him food. Where's a fireball? That's a fireball. Nice. Okay. Let's set his house on fire. Oh.
You killed him, you uncaring, horrid...
Whoops. I did not mean to actually... Okay, seriously though. I did not mean to actually kill him. There is a ending that you can get if you just destroy his house, and it's hilarious. He killed himself. He killed himself. I set fire to his house, and he walked into it. So, you know, joke's on him. But, okay. What is our creature doing? He just wants to stay at home? Oh, he's trying to sleep. Okay. There is one more quest that we can do right now, and it is this one. This one's a good one. This one took me a really long time to memorize. And even still, I forget.
I've been asleep. I was just counting my sheep when I dozed off. Please find my strange sheep.
So this guy's sheep. This guy's sheep have gone wandering around Eden. And we need to go and find them. So let's go and grab that one sheep that the camera showed us.
If we find and return
This one up here.
have a died in the wool follower.
Doop.
Wow, the saintly one made a joke.
Many
Died
thanks,
in the
High
wool
Power.
follower.
Keep them coming, please.
There's another one over here. So you might have seen some sheep before in really weird locations. Like there's one over here.
Keep them coming, please.
And this is why they are all in weird locations. This is the only game where that happens. And we actually get 2 rewards from this guy. One of them is,
Many
well,
thanks, High
not
Power.
really a
Keep them
reward.
coming, please.
There. You hear that? He's right there. Oop. And he might drag us over. Yep, he's dragging us over. Let's speed up time a little bit.
Thank you. Looks like you've returned my flock.
I've returned his flock.
I can't
So he
offer
thinks.
much, but take this with my thanks.
Okay. What is in the box? Food. And by the time I pick this up, normally all the other villagers have already come by and eaten it. But that's not the last sheep. Believe it or not, that is not the last sheep. I think I mentioned in the last stream that we should listen out around here. Look at that. That is a sheep. And do not listen to the tooltip. It is not good for eating. It is good for joining a flock.
Oh, you found another sheep. I forgot there was more than 5.
Yeah, you're damn right you did. Okay. There's another... There it is. Do you hear it? The Elusive Valley sheep. It is right here, hanging right on this mountain range. How did it get there? Beats me. Does it matter? No. Let's put that there. I believe there's another one by the brother.
Superb work.
Yep. Let's pick up this one. Let's turn off these nameplates. So we have this one here. Where are the others?
You found
There's one over here, I think. Yep. Go ahead and drop him off there. Try not to kill them. If your creature comes by and eats one of them, that's game over. How many do I have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I think I have one more sheep to find. Where is the last sheep? I believe I paused the game because I thought that said that the villagers were frightened of the creature. Where's the last sheep? Oh, did you hear that? Our creature is being nice. And he has just made a disciple breeder, and now he's pooping in a wheelbarrow. You get 2 ends of the extremes. One, he designates a member of the village as a... Did he do it again? He did. Look at that! And now let's see. Check see if she's P. She's not P. Okay. He's going out and doing something now. Let's see if our creature is going to cause one of these ladies to become pregnant. And you can tell from their stat block. Wow. Are these people like actually infertile? That's insanity. I've never seen so many breeders breeding with other people and not getting them pregnant. But yeah, normally... Oh, here we go. Here's one that's pregnant. So you see it says A54, L93, F64, and P. Age, A is her age. L is her life percentage. F is her fatness, basically how healthy she is. If she's at 100% fat, that means that she's recently eaten. It's not that she's morbidly obese, I swear. And then P is whether or not they're pregnant. So you can see, like, this lady over here, she doesn't have the P, she is not pregnant. Okay. I swear there is another sheep. There has to be another sheep. Where is the other sheep? Is it over here? No. Is it over here? I do not hear it. It's just somewhere around here, I feel. I really cannot remember. Oh, trying to move with WASD does not work in this game. Is it here in this valley? No. Okay, don't mind the brown bear. Don't pay the brown bear any attention. Oh, dude, I think I remember where it was. Over here? We need to listen out for the bar. The bar! No bar. Okay. Where on earth is this other... guy? I have all of those. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but I really can't remember. We've got the one from here. Yeah. Did we? Yeah, we did. Okay. We got the one from here. There's normally one here. No, is there? I can't remember. We got the one from here, right? Yeah. Okay, is there a third one in this valley? Let's listen out for the legendary bar. No, no bars. Okay. What's that? Oh, that's a person. Really, no bars? Where'd the bar go? What? There's meant to be a bar around here. This is getting silly. I swear there is a bar. Did my creature already kill it? Is that what it... Wait. Is it around here? On this mountain range? Dude, I'm going crazy, I swear. It has to be, like, somewhere. Oh, is it? It's not here, is it? No. Why? Every time I do this, Right. Okay, don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. It's only your creature. It's only the smartest creature in the game. Is it around here? No, I've got the brother one. Saving game. Okay. I killed him. Is it honestly not around here? I'm going to turn this on. I really can't remember where it is. I've got that one. There's none over here. There's actually a lot of land that goes unused in the main game. In the, like, vanilla game. But, like, over here, like, this isn't meant to be here. This isn't meant to be here. What else isn't meant to be here? These clearly are not meant to be here. I wish I could move with WASD. Let me quickly change the stuff. The key bindings. Controls. Okay, so if I remember right, move forward is W. Move backwards is S. Move left is A. Move right is D. Okay. That should let me move around as I want. Wait a second. Is the bar here? No. Where is the last bar? Okay, so if I remember right, there's two here. No, this is the singing stone. There's two there. There's a third there. There's a fourth up on this mountain range. Sorry, let me just double check. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, why can I only remember where 5 are? Oh, 6. 7. Where was the 8th sheep? So, okay, let's try and split this up in terms of... Okay, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7, right? And he starts with a couple? Does he? I think he starts with 3. So there should be 10 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9. 1 is missing somehow. Why is 1 missing? We got the 2 around here, right? Yeah, because there's 1 here. And then there was another one around here. And then we fetched this guy. And then we grabbed this man. Yeah. And then we got the one around here. Yeah. Man, I really want this sheep. Okay, creature, what are you doing? Are you asleep? What do you want to do? Okay, creature looks like he's going to sleep. Twitchy is going to sleep, yes. Okay, Twitchy. Go to sleep and stay there until the morrow. Let's, normally you can pick up these arcs. It has to be around here somewhere. And I'm certain it's not around here. Why is something just not right? I feel like I should not really be forgetting these. Whoa, what's going on here? You guys seeing these fireflies? And there's no sheep around here, is there? No, what are these? Oh, tortoises. Turtles. Every time people always tell me the difference between a turtle and a tortoise, and every time I also always forget. I think it's based on whether or not one is more aquatic rather than amphibious. Or land-based, should I say. I think turtles are the ones that stay in the water for the longest amount of time, right? I'm spending a little bit too much time trying to look for this sheep, I think. I'm just going to go once more over in my head to figure out where they are. Actually, you know what? We have the magic of the internet to help us out. Black and white sheep locations. The Lost Flock. Where are they? Behind the huge gate. We got that one. Next. Wow. Hello, sheep. How did I forget that one? Okay, now we can actually get our reward.
Oh, all my sheep are back. Thank you.
Now we get the actual reward.
You may
A
use
sheep.
special creature.
We actually have a sheep. Okay, now we can swap our creature with that one if we want. But there is also some other creatures on this land. If we go, I'm going to do a Control S here, because oftentimes this crashes my game. If we click on this guy.
Ooh, I have these wondrous creatures you can choose from.
He gives us a choice of 4 creatures. Now, all of these are bad. Except for maybe the horse. The gorilla is a dumber ape that's a little bit stronger. But if you want to go with a strong creature, you might as well just go for like the leopard or the tiger or the lion. The mandrill, I think, is similar. But basically, this is just like, okay, you have 2 monkey options. You have a horse and you have a leopard. Leopard's honestly pretty cool. But you know, we don't need any of them. They're going to disappear in a few seconds anyway, so. Right, now that we've done the Lost Flock. Oh, he wants my attention. How cute. Let's go ahead and feed him. Okay, creature, come around here. I'm going to get you some food. There we go. Can you handle 700 grain? Creature's feeling curious. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Twitchy. You can just eat it. That's fine. There we go. Nice. Right. Next up. I think that's all of the quests that we can do for now. But let's actually do the storyline quest.
Holy One, there's a huge creature in the valley beyond. We're all terrified.
This must be the creature that Sable spoke of. Let's investigate.
I do love how Sable was like, hey, there's a myth about this like legendary creature who like nobody really ever sees, and it's literally just behind the village. Like, had literally no one like explored over here. Like, I know in game They don't. Oh, that's right. That key binding. Sorry to pause at this very, very dramatic moment. This key binding. Let's go to, where is it? Show villager details. Let's put in X. Okay. There we go. So, our creature.
Size of that.
Look at the size difference here.
Oh, okay, we're dead. We all.
Look at how concerned he looks.
Where's it from? It doesn't seem to be aggressive, though.
If it is, we're all dead. Even the spirits dead. You too, boss.
Can you hear that? This
He's great. He is really great.
It's telepathic.
It's telepathic.
Bring him to me.
No way. He'll eat him.
But this giant looks friendly. Let's bring our creature over with the leash.
Our creature's already there. He looks very sad, doesn't he?
I do hope they'll be friends.
Yeah, me too. What am I kidding? I know they're gonna be. This game is scripted. Believe it or not, this game is scripted.
Another creature? Is it true? Are you real? I've been alone for eons. I thought I would die without ever seeing another god. Or another creature. I once belonged to Nemesis, the most powerful of gods. But his power kept growing, and soon I wasn't bold enough for him. So I was cast out, banished here, and I've been alone ever since. Until now.
This being is astonishing, but what a sad tale.
Look at how swole he is as well.
Friendship and that of your creature. I
This is a
will
max.
teach you both.
Excuse me. This is a maxed out
Both
creature.
learn the ways of the gods. When you are ready for the first lesson, meet me at the village through this pass.
So if I were able to get that creature editing thing off, I would have had a creature that is the same size as this creature, and he would still be calling me little one. So we need our creature to come on over to here. This is going to be the first storyline mission after getting the creature, basically. That's not like a tutorial. This is still kind of a tutorial. We've actually already done what this thing is going to teach us to do. Look how quickly our creature is moving compared to him. Hilarious. Okay, there's a scroll here. Let's click on it, and let's see what he wants.
Is the Aztec village. I will teach you the first secret here. These people do not yet believe in you as a god. To grow in power, you and your creature can impress them until they believe in you. Look at the village store. The flag shows that they need food. If you give them some, they'll think it's a miracle and will believe in you more. Click on the signpost to find out more about desire flags.
Great. So he's going to do something that no creature is able to do.
This is a food miracle you can cast once. You can pick up such one-shot miracles
And this is what we've already done.
and activate.
So I'm going to skip this. There's going to be a demo. We can make the demo go a little bit quicker by speeding up time. This will actually move it faster. So he's just going to show us how to cast a miracle bubble.
Things like this really impress the villagers. If your creature is
Yeah, and our creature has already learnt what we need to do. So if I go here and I put him on the Leash of Compassion, attach him here, and let's move him like into the village center right now. He should hopefully start casting food. Nope, he's pooping. He should cast food. What are you up to? Creature? No. Do not eat human. Eating human is bad. No eat human. Twitchy? No eat human. Human eat no. Okay. So you have this desire flag here. What do you want to do about it? What are you going to do? Are you going to be kind and generous? Or are you going to try and eat someone? Oops. What do you do? He's saying hi to his friend. Okay. There we go. That's it. That's what I wanted you to do to it. Let's put you down. Whoops, let's put that down. He's gonna learn that, right? No? Huh. What's he? Are you just looking for validation from your friend? Is that what's going on? Okay, creature, look. This isn't gonna work. I know you're hungry and all. But we have a job to do.
Now click the action button over the village store.
Yeah, I know how to do this. He's given us a bunch more now.
Good. Not only have you fed them, but now they believe in you more. I have created more food miracles for you to practice with. Add the village
Oh, you can't apparently move your creature when he's speaking.
it reaches the stone.
I'm gonna place this here. How much food did we get from that?
Hold
1,408.
it shows how much belief the people have
So
in
let's get about 700.
you. I need sleep. Wake me
Yeah, our creature is just like dead when he's listening to the guide.
you your education.
Here you go, creature. Nice! He's eaten it. Now he should go to sleep. Or poop. He is doing one of those two things. We got it right. We got it right, chat. And you can hear the guide snoring away in the background as well. He's got to poop in the food. Wow. Well, anyway, let's go back here. Let's grab some more of these, and we'll just like try to impress these guys. No reason not to. And the more that we do this, oh, by the way, oh, what's he doing? What has he got? What do you have? You have a piece of your own poop. Ugh. Creatures, man. Okay. Let's go here. This must be exactly what having a child is like. Let's go here. Let's right click here. 96 belief needed. Our creature is just going to stand here, sit here for a little bit, and start generating some belief. Yeah, look at him. Raising his hand. He's trying to attract everyone's attention. Sadly for him, he doesn't quite know what to do yet. Oh, actually, he's waiting for them to dance around him. Yeah, look at that. So, sometimes you'll see this little red bubble coming out from our hand. That means that he's generating belief, and he's got belief from these people. So hopefully we'll see it once he starts dancing. Speaking of, are you going to dance? Can you dance for me? Dance monkey? Are you going to do dance monkey? Oh, what? He cancelled the show? No! He wants to hold it by the dead tree. What? Come on. Yeah. We all know that you're really impressive. Just, like, do something now, okay? I would love it if you did something. What are you doing? You're dancing here now? Really? Will you make up your... Okay, it's not... Nothing... He's not doing it. He's just moving back and forth. Maybe because he just doesn't know what the heck to do. So, what we're going to do is we're going to help him out a little bit. We're going to grab this. And the guide should be awake by now. The guide is awake. Okay. Creature, where are you going? It doesn't say what he's going to do. Okay, let's bring him front and center. Let's move him over here. And we can kill two birds with one stone. We can just double click here. He's looking at us. We cast this. We get the town. And he learns the flock miracle.
The Aztecs will worship you now. Cool.
You have not investigated many silver rewards.
This thing right here really annoyed me as a kid. Because I have scanned all over the map for silver reward scrolls. And then it said, you haven't investigated many silver reward scrolls, leader. And I'm like, yeah, this is why I choose to be a bad god. More times than not. Oh, he's actually still asleep. Interesting. But he's a bit hungry. That's fine. But what am I thinking? I want to teach him the flock miracle. And I can't remember how many times he is meant to learn the Flock Miracle for. Where did the Flock Miracle go? Over here. How many times I need to cast it for him to learn it, I mean. So I know there's another village over here, thanks to this mod that I'm playing. There's actually not a totem. Oh, it's the totem's over here, I see. Okay. So let's move him around over here. And while he is going there, let's just stockpile some of these miracle seeds. All of these mods and map stuff that I'm playing with, by the way, are just pretty much quality of life improvements. I think it does change how Land 3 plays, because Land 3 typically gives you no wood miracle, or at least extremely limited resources of wood. It gives you like a wood miracle dispenser that has a really long recharge time. And the main struggle with that map is trying to figure out how to develop your town with very limited amounts of wood. And the answer to that, as we might soon see, speaking of, no one's dancing around these things. Let's go and place one of these over here. I find that second towns tend to be a little bit better in terms of dancing around these things. So let's get all these guys to stop chilling out. Get them to start reacting. Once the shadow on this thing sets, doop, people should now notice it. And hopefully they'll start dancing around it. Because that is going to give us one of the most important things in this entire game. And that is a fully charged artifact. The next most important thing in the game is your creature knowing the Miracle Flock miracle. Because that helps out significantly in Land 4. But we'll get there at some point. We'll get there sometime soon. So our creature is just about ready to come over here. And the reason why I want to do this in a unaligned village is because the creature actually learns the context of where you cast this miracle. Of where you cast any miracle, honestly. So we're going to do that. He is going to just wait for a moment. You see, we get quite a lot of belief from this, right? Now I want him to focus again, and I'm going to cast it again. He's at 32%, so we're learning about 10% each casting. So that means, what, another 7 casts or so? Okay, let's click him here, just so that he gets attentive. 43. And every time we cast this as well, the impressiveness of this action decreases a little bit. Okay, he's still looking. Cast it again. 54. You see, people are like no longer paying attention to these things. So I'm going to detach my leash here. I'm going to go back, pause the game, and start picking up some more of these. Just so that he can learn how to cast this more effectively. And if you don't have like this mod and you want to figure out a way of how to teach your creature this miracle, go into a skirmish map. Skirmish maps takes a little bit longer to set up, but there are skirmish maps that give you the Miracle Flock miracle, and you can just use it to like show your creature what to do and what not to do, and all of that fine and dandy jazz. Okay, how many of these do I have? Let's double click here. He's still looking. 65. We got, was that 70? Oh, that's 10. That's 10 impressiveness. Okay, is he looking? He is. 76. No one is paying attention, which is fine. This should take us up to maybe like 96% or so.
I'm refreshed and ready to start teaching your little creature more.
What is that, 86%? So this should be 96% coming up here. So let's just give him a little bit. If you cast the miracle too many times, too quickly, then he doesn't learn it. 97, he has almost learned how to cast it. We just need one more. You might be wondering what's going on with that storm cloud over there. Really, this is just a random phenomenon. Wait. I didn't actually know this was here. This is part of the mod, for sure. I did not... What is that? Is that aggressive miracle? Aggressive miracle creature? That looked like it's aggressive creature. So similarly, should there be a nice creature miracle somewhere else? We're going to have to take a look to see if there is a nice miracle. But anyway, the guy is still dead over here. Wow. I wonder if his skeleton's gonna age. Okay, creature, don't poop, please. Now take a look at... Creature, take a look at me. There you go, 100%. Now he can cast it himself. So whenever he wants to be impressive, he's just gonna cast it. So I am going to reward him. Wow, you are hungry. I'm going to reward him 40 because I want him to keep doing this. So let's get him some food. About this much should do. There we go. Okay. Sorry, my nose is running quite a bit. And he is going to go sleep. While he is sleeping, I am going to go get a tissue. I will be right back. Alright, it seems like our little creature has already woken up. I am actually just going to quickly go test out my stream to make sure all the audio is okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to talk for a little bit here just so that I can hear something. I'm going to pause the game and then I'm going to turn on my stream. Yeah, so I'm just going to talk for a little bit here just so that I can hear something. I'm going to pause the game and then I'm going to turn on my stream. Yeah, so I'm just going to... Okay, and that's going to infinitely recur. Cool. And that seems to be working pretty nicely. Let me just get myself comfortable here. Yeah. Let me just take a look over here. Hello to the users in the chat. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. And I hope you enjoy the shenanigans that's going on. And I hope you guys don't raise up a creature who likes to throw his own poop. That seems to be all the rage these days. Oh, he wants to go sleep. So one thing that you should do if you're not using the creature editor in order to artificially raise the stats of your creature is whenever it's nighttime, you want him to come and sleep in his pen. That is pretty important. It's not necessarily important, but it's optimal. Because especially while they're young like this, I think it's after like age 9 or age 11 or something like that, he starts aging up slower. Sorry, he starts not aging up. He starts growing at a slower rate. So we need to make sure that he gets as much of his beauty sleep as he needs. You can already see he's grown a little bit. And this should become more prominent once he actually enters into his pen. So we'll be able to see the difference. So let's slow things down here. So you see how tall he is now? He's still like a wee little baby. But wait until he goes into his pen. You're going to see a bit of a difference here. There we go. He shrunk a little bit. And he is going to go sleep. Now what I'm going to try and do. There's a certain message. Oh, there's a certain... Gosh darn it. There's a certain message that I want it to see if I do this. Okay, I don't think it worked. No, please go back to sleep here. Although it is now morning. He spent the entire night getting to his pen so he can sleep. And then I woke him up rudely. I do indeed apologize. But take a look at this firefly here. This blue thing that's moving around. Keep an eye on it. I'm going to speed up time a little bit. This thing... This sly little thing. You see it going, it's going, it's going, it's going. Where is it going? It is going into the ground. Why is it going into the ground? Because it is now hiding under one of these trees. So, let me unleash the creature. He can do what he wants. If I lift this up, it's not there. If I lift this, there it is. We get a wood miracle. Now, these guys do stay around for a few nights. So I'm just going to lift up all these other trees here to see if there's anything else. Nope, not in there. Okay. But those fireflies, when they move underneath something, they give you a thing. They give you a seed that you can use. Is he going to sleep again? Huh. I think I'm actually gonna say no to that. And he's going right back to sleep. Holy monkey, man. Okay. Right. There was actually a silver reward scroll over here. So let's go check out what's going on here.
Oh no, some of my poor children are lost. They'll need rescuing. A stranger has been seen putting the children into trances. He has them imprisoned in a secret place. This stranger is to blame. It's got to be him.
Dude, that kid is almost as big as her.
Children, they could be lost forever. Oh, my babies.
We must act. Tiny lives are at stake.
Tiny lives.
Tiny lives?
Come on, who cares? Anyway, let's move out.
You know, I've always wanted to say that. Swap
Right.
your creature with this one if you
So, we have this little toe rag over here. You see this actor? He's going to come by and he's going to start charming the pants off of these kids. What we do
I'm having a panic attack.
is we leash him. And our creature is going to come over
creature with this one if you want.
and pick him up.
You got me. Let me live. Don't eat me. If you spare me and take me to my cave, I'll release the children. I only wanted a family, but the village women said I was too ugly.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let's turn him into a creature snack.
But if we take him to the cave, we'll save the little ones.
So we are presented with two options here, and I would normally leave this to the to Twitch chat in order to decide what we want to do here. This is a great, choice, a great thing to do, a great thing to leave up to the viewers at the very least. Yep. Sorry, just checking some stream statistics here. So we can either click, we can either click around here and have our creature drop him back off at the cave where he says that he will go and rescue the little ones, bearing in mind that he is the one who kidnapped them in the first place. Or we can eat him. We can eat him and we will never get those children back. Because apparently they are just, probably chained or something down there. So those are our two options, and the two options do give us a different reward, and they do slightly affect our alignment. What we're going to do though, if anyone in chat has any choices that they want to make here, let it be known, or forever hold your peace. Should we eat him, or should we give him back to the children and see if he'll release them? I'll give it a little second here to see if we get any responses. In the meantime, let's go ahead and explore what this stuff is. So this here is just basically game statistics. Since we're the only god, most of these charts are going to be dominated in red. We can swap to a numeric. Creature alignment change. So since we loaded up this save, this is how much our creature's alignment has changed by. So it's a positive number, which means he had changed very, very, very slightly into the good side. Buildings destroyed. Apparently he's destroyed one building. Interesting. Oh, no. That's me. That is me. I see. That's not the creature. This is the creature. And you can see him looking derpy. It doesn't animate his hair in this view. But here you can just see like a lot of his statistics here. If we do this, it should say his height at some point. Creature growth. This is what we would like to take a look at. I'm going to try this thing here once more. So let's open this. Okay. That still says 98. Let me go back here. Go to black and white. I'm going to try this creature stats thing again. Just to see if it'll work one last time. Data, am I not CTR? Where am I going? It's not there. It is in Creature Mind. There's in Scripts, Creature Mind. And then I want this creature file. Give me 1 secundo. There we go, do that. That. And then copy the file. Open. Okay. There we go. So our creature has apparently grown by 2 units, according to this. I'm going to put its height at 98. I am going to apply. Please be patient. All files were updated successfully. Let's open again. Okay. It looks like it might have saved. Let's continue. Go back. Okay. Now let me open this up again. Okay. Okay, so I am going to go and bring this dude back to his people. I have no idea what this is, by the way. This is part of the mod. So I'm going to pick this up. What is this? Stop wasting my time. Haven't you got better things to examine this? I'm just going to throw this away because that thing is cursed.
Thanks for letting me go. I released the children.
There we go. He releases the children. He actually does it. The madman.
Spreading belief of you and trying to forget how bad I've been.
Ugh.
Nice. Another of those.
You gotta love Summer, right? So he gave us a miracle heal thing. So if we bring our creature over here,
Swap your creature with this one if you want.
come on, creature, we can teach him how to cast the miracle heal miracle. 19%. It's a shame that we already have one down here, but you know, that's not what the game is. What the game is about. So normally, what you'd want to do is you want to find someone who has low health, like this lady down here. So if we drag this creature over here, we cast this on her. You see that her life was down at like 63. We've now just healed her. This is about like, this is what I like to call context teaching, right? So this guy over here is 77. So let's cast it there. Creature is now learning how to use this miracle. Ideally. It's not like a guarantee that he actually does. Learn it. 81. I think 81 is a bit too low. So we can do that healing there. But once he learns heal, he can heal himself in combat. Which is one of the main things that we need to teach him. I guess there are 3 miracles that you really should teach your creature in any black and white game. The first one is strengthen, second one is heal, and the third one is miracle flock. Which one of those is the most essential? I would say miracle flock is the most essential one. He didn't even register that one. Is he going to heal though? Let's wait until he does something. No, he's not going to heal. Okay. So let's have him look over here, heal down there. I think he's learnt it by now. Sometimes this happens, where he's just like, nah, I don't want to cast things. So let's go back into the creature cave, and let's see. Let's see if he has learnt it. 97%. Okay, this is a bit of a bug. So it'll say that he hasn't learnt it, like 100%, but he is still fully capable of casting it. It's just a matter... Oh. It's just a matter of getting him big enough so that you can give him a miracle seed so that he can actually do something about it. So we have so far... Oh, what's he doing? Is he just eating? He is. You know what? Let's reward him for that. He went out and he ate a non-human being, even though it's still technically an evil thing. He went out of his way to heal, to eat a non-human thing. Okay, 1 second. I need to blow my nose again. And I am actually going to mute myself for the time being. It seems like my creature also agrees that... Oh, come on. Also agrees that it... Oh, someone's dead! Someone died. Wow. Probably died of old age, it seems. Yeah, I don't know. I think when the creature sneezes, it means that he wants to cool down. And I don't... Like, I guess I could see that, presumably. Assuming that the association is, you know, summer. Which it might be. Is no one dancing around this thing yet? Let's go ahead and check out our other village. See... Oh, what's going on over there? Anyone dancing around this one? No? Nobody is dancing around this. Well, here, let's just do that. Let's put you... I can't have you breed there. And I can't have you breed around here either, because there are still too many things around there. Is there a lady here? There's a lady here. We're just going to make a few breeders here, just so that we can get some more population over here. And hopefully at some point they will all decide to start dancing around this thing, which is what we need. The guide looks like he is in the middle of the field here. So we are going to bring our creature around here. And we're just going to watch him in a very, very, very fast speed waddle his way over to the open field. There we go. This is Twitchy, everyone. This is the creature's name. It's Twitchy, apparently. I don't think I named him that. It's just the name that the game gave him. Which is weird, considering the game normally names the creature after you. After the profile that you've chosen. Speaking of, that reminds me, there is a weird phenomenon in this game. Where sometimes, very, very creepily, depending on whether or not your user's name is like one of a certain named in a list, it'll actually whisper your name to you. Like, I use the name Charles a lot in my profiles. It doesn't say Charles, but it will say Charlie. And it's literally like a ghostly whisper, like, Charlie. Which is weird. Anyway, let's go and beat up a bear.
When I was Nemesis' creature, he often sent me into battle. I foresee the same for you. First, I will become your size to make things easier.
Again, breaking the rules. Creature can't do that.
Bruised. Don't worry, in time these will heal.
Okay, so he shrunk himself down to our size. We have taught ourselves the miracle heal. We still need to teach ourselves the miracle strengthen. But this battle is very, very, very simple.
An arena will appear every time there is a fight. You should know that your creature will fight without help from you.
Yeah, he's going to fight badly though. So look at this. They do a little bit of taunting, and then this magical arena appears. If we double click here, we get access to all of this information. The green bar is their health, the blue bar is basically their mana.
To attack. Click on a part of my body using the action button to strike there.
So we can click here, and our creature moves over and strikes them.
Queue up multiple attacks as well.
We can do that.
Try queuing up several attacks on me now.
Let's queue up a few more. This is just one.
That's right.
There we go.
Now you must learn to block attacks. Click the action button on your creature.
So we're going to speed this up a little bit until... There we go. Now we can block.
That's it. A good block there.
The block lasts until you give him another command.
Come on.
He just said it.
Let us concentrate on dodging. Click the action button anywhere on the ground to move the creature there. That's it. You have learned well. Let us try some friendly combat to test these skills.
Okay, so now we're actually going to go into combat. So let's pause the game. This is how you win creature combats, by the way. You pause the game and you just line up a ton of attacks in the same place. And then you let that just play out a little bit.
Well struck.
Well struck. The dude is blocking everything. He will get some attacks in every now and then, which is not a problem. Because we know heal, we can just heal any damage that he does to us. And he doesn't do damage nearly fast enough to override our mana regeneration. So we can constantly just heal ourselves, heal ourselves, heal ourselves. The only issue that we can run into is if he stun locks us, basically.
Well struck.
Which can happen. So we're just going to keep clicking this. Another thing we can do is if we draw that symbol with our hand, our creature's going to do line up a unique attack. So I believe that's the one that's been apparently placed on his butt. Because apparently the monkey is going to kick his butt.
Well struck.
And take a look there. That is his power attack. Now I'm going to heal. Try to heal. Try to heal. There we go. I am now healed. He is not. We are now going to continue battling it out. We're just going to line up a few more attacks. And this is how creature battles go. You can make it easier on yourself by increasing the muscle of your creature, which you can do by literally having it do exercise.
That must have hurt.
And by that, it's just like, you know, pick up a tree or a heavy rock or something like that, and just literally, like, walk him around the island with it. That will strengthen him up. Combat will also strengthen up your creature as well. But really, if you just want to get swole fast, just give him a heavy rock, the biggest rock that he can carry. And he'll just walk around with it, and yeah, make sure he doesn't try to eat it though.
That was an important lesson, friend. You showed great potential, but work on your technique.
So there we go. Trial by combat is done. He is now going to cast a greater heal, or what's called in this game a miracle heal with a gesture.
I have a secret for you, but I warn you, this knowledge is dangerous.
And this is the last tutorial thing that he's going to tell us.
But come only when you are ready. What I will tell you is forbidden knowledge.
I think the game has done a good job at setting up the guide as someone that you care about.
While I sleep.
Because it starts off with the introduction, which is like, hey, he's been sad and lonely all this time, and now all of a sudden you came by. Oh, look at him. He is pretty swole. He's pretty happy with himself. And then he's so happy that he's now found another creature and that he can like bestow his knowledge upon you. That he's just like so happy and excited and he just wants to have a friend. And then you come around here, he teaches you how to do this miracle stuff. And it's like, yeah, okay, this guy's clearly knowledgeable. And then like he goes for a bit of a rest. Then he comes over here and he like tells us, hey, like this is how you fight. He's literally setting us up for what's coming next. Which, spoiler, by the way, he is sadly going to perish. But he wants us to fight against his old master Nemesis, which is another god who lives in another land. Where is our creature? Oh, our creature is really hungry. Okay. Let's go and get ourselves some food. Let's get about 700, that's fine. Here you go, Twitchy. You gonna eat? Nice. And what we can do, there is actually a creature that you can fight on this island. It's not just us two, because there is this guy. And if we click here, and just let the cutscene play.
Oh, how horrid. I think he's trying to speak.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. You're the good guy.
God here. Me big hungry. Me name Slag.
This ogre seems to be guarding something. A reward, perhaps?
He's guarding the pass. He's outside our influence, so let's send our creature to fight him.
We shouldn't resort to combat with the poor thing. He looks hungry.
So there are two ways of getting around this quest. I think 3, but the third one is kind of like not a... I'm not sure actually. So normally, by the way, normally your area of influence, this red ring of yours, will end like around here. So you can't like interact with him, although you can. It just means that you have a limited amount of time to interact with him. I am going to bring my creature over here to try and fight him. And we'll see where things go from there. I do have a bad track record with this fight. So we'll see how it goes.
You've got him mighty riled. Prepare for
Especially because our creature is tired. So they're going to taunt each other, and a magical arena is going to appear somewhere. Once he's finished taunting. We're going to click here. And this is Sleg, by the way. He's going to be super important later. Believe it or not, this guy is actually plot relevant. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and line up a few attacks here, if my mouse can behave. Normally I aim for, like, literally just the shoulder. And then I speed up time a little bit. He's going to beat us up a little bit. I'm going to line up a heal. Because I feel like he's going to get more hits in than we are. Yeah. Get that healing in while he's blocking. And then let's just pummel him a bit more. Let's also line up a special attack here, if I can draw it. There we go. Now the great thing is, creatures can't heal themselves. Other than our creature. Only our creature can heal themselves. Okay, let's see if we can land this super kick. Let's go! Boom! Nice. Okay, let's line up a few more attacks. This time on his very pristine jawline. And let's just watch them duke it out a little bit. Now this combat, like these combats, and the way that you play them, like depending on how many attacks your creature makes and how often they block attacks, that's going to change some of the statistics represented in your creature cave. But really, like, it doesn't mean too much. It just means how they will behave normally if you're not there for a creature battle. But normally, if you want to win a creature battle, you need to be there for that creature battle. And in the main storyline, you're really not going to be encountering too many creatures that you can battle, unless you go far out of your way. But, so we defeated Slag, and now we open it up, we get a beach ball. And what do we do with beach balls? We just throw it away. Whoops. We just throw it away. I do not want my creature to play with toys. That might sound pretty cruel, pretty mean. Oh, he's sleeping. But honestly, it is way more of a distraction to have him play with toys than to not have him play with toys. Oh, is he ready to go? I think he's ready to go. Am I ready to go, though? If we click this, it's going to start a series of events that can't be stopped. Have these guys, like, danced around this thing yet? Nobody has danced around this thing. Wow. I am very upset. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll grab this. Actually, I don't know if they can dance around it in Land 1. Is literally anyone dancing around this? Nobody, literally nobody is dancing around this. Do these still have a tune to them? I can't hear a tune. Okay, that's fine. We're going to want to throw a few resources over here. Some of the things I want to throw are some of these winged creature miracles. I might also want to throw in a few food miracles. And yeah, normally you're not meant to have these, by the way. This is, again, just to reiterate, this is a mod that I have installed that just makes quality of life a little bit easier. So the reason why these miracles are here is to help you teach your creature the miracles. 1 second, my mouse is acting up. I'm going to blow into it. Okay. Yeah, the main reason why these are here, just not the Wolves Miracle. The Wolves Miracle is actually, like, terrible. I don't know why it's a thing. And yeah, let's also get a few Strength Creature Miracles as well. There should be some more here. Yeah, this is Strength. Oh, by the way, do you guys want to see an angry ape? And do you guys want to see a good ape? Let's see, it should be around here somewhere. That's Loving Creature, so this is one of them. Where is Aggressive? Oh, is Aggressive Creature Miracle not over here? Huh, weird. Okay. Thankfully, I do know where it's actually meant to be. Where is our creature, by the way? Let's try and pull him over here. Let's have him go over here. Because I discovered this today. Like, literally on stream. There is something back here. Over here. There we go. Let's go and grab this. Ugh. Don't you guys just hate allergies? Literally been struggling with it all day. Alright, and actually I am going to be right back for about like half a second. Maybe, well, not a half a second, but I'll be right back. I'm just going to go blow my nose. Okay, I am back. Oh, I also have wired headphones. I really need to invest in wireless because I keep running over my cord. But anyway, right. So, we're going to show you what the good and evil version of our creature looks like. So, we have a creature. This is our creature. He is Twitchy. That is his name. He's also a little bit bruised. I'm going to double tap this and then click this on him. This is going to be the good monkey. Oh, he actually learned that. Cool. It also forces you to use the leash of compassion. But take a look at him. Take a look at this guy. He is now pure orange. Whoever knew that orange was the purest of monkeys? But this is the loving creature miracle. This is going to last for a certain duration. Now let's give the aggressive creature miracle. And watch him change. Boom. Hey, creature. No. Stay out here. Let's get a good look at you, right? Hey, creature. No, that I believe is your poop. No, don't learn that. Look at him. He looks super impy. Okay. He also looks kind of cool, to be honest. I don't really get to see the evil creature faces, or how many of the evil creatures look normally. Simply because having an evil creature is bad. Like, I don't mean morally bad. It's just, like, not good. The amount of effort that you need to go through to make an evil creature that doesn't just destroy your villagers is insane. I think we're actually good to go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and get the creature a little bit of food. Place it in his pen here. Oh, here you go, creature. Are you hungry? Will you eat on your own? That's okay. Here, I will get you some food. Let's also swap away from the leash of aggression. Okay, and he's growing just a little tiny bit. What's he doing now? I don't know what you're doing, but you are coming with me. We are going to go ahead and finish off Land 1. This is the final storyline mission. If I remember right, this should be the last storyline mission. Yeah. Okay, here's what I'm going to do then. I am going to go into the save game room. And I am going to save here. So I'm going to click here, save, end of Land 1. The reason why I'm doing this is so that I can click on this again. Don't worry about the pink or the purple. The reason why I do this is so that I can come back here and access the creatures that I've unlocked here. So I can come back here and pick up the sheep if I need to. Or I can come back here and pick up these creatures over here if I ever need to. But honestly, these creatures come back again a little bit later. Not going to spoil that too much, but we're going to see that man again. Okay. He has one more thing to say to us. Oh, wise guide.
The most important lesson of all awaits. It's the key to this world. It's the very secret of godliness. And it's the way you'll triumph. Follow me to the mountain. I will tell you everything there.
I love how it takes him so few steps to get up there.
Please, use the lead.
This is probably the only reason why you might ever want a small creature. Oh, excuse me. This is probably the only reason why you might want a small creature, is simply for what's going to happen here.
The secret of the creed. It's the source of godly power.
Oh, I need to click.
Creature, speak no more.
Nemesis, my old master has returned. Quickly, come close, my friend, and listen well.
So yes, this is a trap, but it's not an intentional trap. So we're going to move our creature a little bit closer here. And now he is going to start talking.
Silence, traitor. You must not pass on the secret of the creeds.
Nemesis is so determined to be the only god. He wants to destroy all other gods and their creatures. He wants ultimate power.
Silence. You will die for this.
Wow.
Find the three paths
That is so dramatic.
which are aligned. This is the only defense against Nemesis. Now run! Get away from here! Leave. You can't help
Oops.
me. Seek an ally to help you find the creeds. Now run! Get away from here!
So, the only reason why you might ever want a small creature is so that you can actually run and get away from here. So I am going to tell my creature to post-haste it down here, because this cutscene that's going to play can hit your creature. And it is hitting our creature. If the lightning arcs like that, your creature is toast. So yeah, our creature is going to be seriously hurt. Not necessarily as hurt as this guy though. Where is our creature? How hurt are you? 98%. Oh my goodness. Is that a bat? That looked like a bat. Wow. Okay, so we're going to bring our creature back over here. And we're going to watch as disaster unfolds. So if we zoom out here, we can see that there's a storm over here. And that storm, oh, it has zapped our people over here. And you can see it's only going to get worse.
Swap your creature with this.
We're on fire.
Your village is being trashed by Nemesis Storm.
The entire place is getting wrecked. Yes, we must see if there's anything we can do for them.
It does look like they need help.
So spoiler alert, there's nothing we can do for them. At least not normally. Oh, what's going on here? Looks a little bit glowy for some reason. But with this mod, we can maybe do a little something. So we can grab this. This is not going to last long whatsoever. But we can draw a circle around here. And that is going to protect us for a little bit. Not for too long though. Oh, and we should also... Oh, that's still setting us on fire? Yeah, no. See, that's not going to work. Normally what you need to try and do is you need to try and water this thing, water everyone as soon as it happens. You see that this person down here, being on fire, she is pretty much almost dead, but we can actually save her, thanks to the magic. Oh, she's dead. Good intentions. Didn't quite work out. Oh, she's going home with 0 life? Really? I didn't know that was a thing. Let's actually try and heal her. Dude, she survived. She survived. Okay, we can also use one of these. This is the miracle that the guide used on us. And as you see, it heals everyone. But this is a losing situation. We literally cannot, stop this.
This is hopeless. Wait, what's this
Yeah,
golden
our store is on fire. There's a golden light.
What's this? Some trick? Some new miracle?
It looks like a portal of some kind.
It looks like a trap to me.
A portal has opened up. Or is it a trap?
It's sucking stuff in.
Try throwing something into it. I bet you anything it'll come out wherever this vortex leads to.
Okay, let's go and throw something in. What should we throw in? Let's throw in a person. And we can bring this up to see what's going on. So she is flying. She flies on in. And you remember the guy that was sucked in a bit earlier?
Whole new world through there.
He comes back and he tells us what's going on.
That's it. I'm going through for a look.
And somehow
Braver than I thought.
our consciousness goes through. I still don't understand how this works.
The villager was right. There's a new land through there. And we should send plenty of food.
Like, can the other
Follows
people
into the
see these
vortex as
guys?
well.
You really aren't afraid of this thing, are you?
I say we throw things through and then go through it ourselves.
What the hell? Do we want to live forever?
Well, actually,
Yeah. So, what we should do is we should pick up as many people as we can and throw them in. We already have literally everything we need. So we are just gonna enter. We're gonna leave these people to die. You can, if you wanted to, pick up literally everyone and throw them into this portal. And they will come through the other side. But it's not necessary. Like, nowhere near necessary. That's actually a little bit too much. That's a bit too much, honestly. As you can see, there's still a substantial amount of people coming out the portal anyway. But who sent this portal? Why did it show up here? That is the real question. Portal is closed.
I feel all inside out.
Oh yeah, what a buzz!
Look, someone's approaching.
Who's this?
I greet you as one god to another. I am Kazan. It was I who provided the vortex to save you from Nemesis. Please, come with me. I need your help. In return, I will help you. My very existence is threatened by Lethis, another god from the Snowy Realm and an ally of Nemesis. But you and I together can turn the tide of this war. There is much to do, though. Firstly, you need to build up a village and look after your worshippers. I'll take you back to your village and place down scaffolds for you from my village's workshop. These create blueprints which indicate to your people what to build and where you want it.
So, he's teaching us about scaffolds. This is going to be important.
I will give you my finest builder. This is a disciple who works single-mindedly. You can create your own disciples by placing people at the locations of the jobs you wish them to do.
This is basically what our creature did when he created a few breeded disciples.
Here is some food, wood and water for your tribe to help you start. I must leave to defend my realm, but I shall return when I can.
Kazar has provided us with so much. He's a true ally.
He's desperate, that's what he is.
Let's get our village built.
Yeah, and we gotta get disciples working there.
So, basically what they just said. I feel another sneeze coming on. Oh my goodness. Basically what they said. So what we want to do is we'll want to get all of our buildings built up as soon as possible. Yep, wood required 0. Let's go over here. This one needs 4,200 wood, which is going to take from the forest over here. And then just keep dropping until it gives us enough. Now, this is the land where we are just going to destroy the game. It may take a while, but this is why we need to set up the artifacts as quickly as possible. And I feel like this would be a limiting factor in the speedrun, unless the evil speedrun turns out to be faster, which I think it probably will, considering you don't need to really, you know, impress people. And there are villages later on in the game that will take a long time to impress, like even through regular means. So we have all the wood required for our buildings here. We are just going to wait for a little bit. I am going to grab a lady, place her in the center here, so that we can get some breeders. Just so that we can kickstart our population here. Where is our creature? You need... The creatures always be pooping, man. Every time. Okay, well, creature, what can I have you do for now? I don't think I can have you do anything. I would send you over here to impress this village. Actually, yeah, let's go do that. So I'm going to bring you over here. What's your stats like? You're pretty good on everything. So I'm going to bring you over here, and you're going to impress this village for me. The reason why I want to impress this village now is because it is already built up, whereas our village is not. So we are not going to get any dancers, whereas they already have a lot of dancers. And we need dancers for our artifacts. How much wood do you need here? 500? That enough? Yeah, that's enough. Okay. So we still have people over here building. Yeah, we've got some builders over here. You're getting tired already? You must have cast a lot of miracles already. Need 464 belief. Every time the creature casts a miracle or does something, it will raise their hunger and their tiredness by a certain amount. The more powerful the miracle, the more mana it'll cost, or the more tiredness it will cost. So because he's presumably cast the Miracle Flock ability a few times, he is now super tired. So I'm going to bring him back here. He is going to just waddle on over there. And once we have all of our stuff built, we still need our temple to be built.
You have built much, but there is more for you.
This and this, they're coming along pretty nicely. Just wait for a little bit until things are done. What you can do, however, you can go over here. This is Khazar's land, and he'll come by and say hello. At some point, once he's done.
Expand your
There we go.
ally.
So he asked us to expand our villages, but what we can do is we can just grab his stuff. Because he is our ally, we can operate within his area of influence. And this means, basically, we can build, like, substantial amounts of stuff before we're meant to. It doesn't really net us too much. It's just gets us on the go faster.
The village store is nearly out of food.
So here we go. I'm going to break this. I'm going to click and click just so that we can get some of these. I want to grab... Is this a 3? This is a 3. I don't want a 3. I want a 2. I want to get some buildings built. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to move this over here so that it doesn't combine into something before I combine them together. There we go. Just wait for the rotation. And we still have one more scaffold here. Sure, we'll put this down somewhere. There we go. So they're going to be asking for food. We don't need to give them food because, as you can see, they have plenty of farms. And there's actually a laziness factor in this game. Depending on... what's the word? Depending on how much you provide for your people, they are going to decide to... that's going to influence how much they're going to work for themselves. So if you're like, hey, come over here, hey, we need food, can you give us food? And then you like fill up their stockpiles to like the extreme. They're going to be like, oh cool, now we don't need food anymore. And then let's say they start running out again. Then they're not going to go out to the farms that they can easily go out and go, you know, farm. They're just going to wait until you provide them with the stuff. And the villagers do get lazy. Like, it's a literal, like, numeric value in the game. I believe it's a numeric value. I'm not necessarily a coder or anything like that. I just know the game pretty well.
I have given you an expert builder of worship sites. This building is of great importance. I shall return once you have finished building the worship site.
So this guy's going to build us a worship site. I'm going to pick up some of these trees and just give them here. This guy's going to work until the consciousness stops speaking. And then he's going to be like, oh, I don't have any wood. I'm going to blow my nose again quickly. Okay, yeah, so there we go. Where is he now? Oh, what's the creature doing? Creature, how far along have you got these guys? 167 belief needed? Is he not actually able to cast the spell? He can heal. Okay, creature, I think that's quite enough for you now. You've actually did a pretty good job. So let's go back here. And let's steal some food from these guys here. 700, here you go. You can now eat this. There we go. And now you can go and sleep. So let's just click you over here. Let's see. Are you... You can go over here. You can go over here as well. Yeah, let's just make you into a disciple builder. I don't normally like making disciple builders because they tend to build stuff themselves anyway. Oh, people are finally dancing! Lovely! I guess what it is there might be like some code or something assigned to these stones in Land 1. Because if you click on them now, they're not gonna ding. You need food. Sort this out yourself, man. What do you think we are? You think I'm a charity? Is that what you think I am? I'm a god, not a charity. I can end you. Can charities end? Well, I guess charities can end people, right? If they simply don't do anything.
More buildings are required.
Okay, creature, it is now nighttime, almost. So can you go back to sleep? Thank you. Where are my builders? We've got one builder over here. Okay, what we need to do, like what's next, is we're going to finish building the altar. We're going to go through a tutorial about miracles, which we basically already know of, and worship and prayer. And then we are going to go out here and be like, hey guys, like, listen to us, obey us. Speaking of, these guys aren't ours just yet, so we're going to steal all their food. I believe there's a scripted event which reduces the amount of food and wood in these in this village store. I love how I just was like, hey, don't give your villagers everything that they want, because they're gonna end up relying on you for literally everything, and they're going to become super lazy. Ah, my mouse is messing up. And they're going to become super lazy, and I just give them all of this stuff. Hey, can we actually like just pick it up, please? You can pick up stacks of like 20k every time. It's silly that there is an upper limit to it, because, you know, you're a god, and you don't necessarily abide by weight restrictions. Apparently you obey by size restrictions, though, which is a bit silly. But I guess I can see why they don't want you picking up a temple. Okay, is this done? This is not done. Guys, you need to be done already. Okay, lady. You actually want to go to the village store for food. You're at bat 44. Okay, let's drop you down here. Just shortening your walking distance a little bit. Yeah, we can always just steal more of these. He's always got stuff here. Every now and then he'll come by and he'll actually steal it from us. But hey. What is it that we're doing? We're literally stealing from him, so, you know. Who's stealing what? You know? Okay, let me get rid of that. Wait until the shadow sets. Wait until the shadow sets. Wait until the shadow sets. And then again. Okay, now we have scaffold value 2. And I do want a nice house over here. So the style of houses that you can get, by the way, are dependent on the style of houses. Like, it's on a rotation, basically. So if you want this house, you can't build that house, because the next house in the rotation is this one. And even though I planted 2 houses down already, it hasn't rotated. Not yet, at least. That's because it only counts actual built houses. So the reason why this is important, or at least good to know, is because each house has different capacity. So if we click here, you see this house had like 5 people. This house over here has 4 people. 4 people. Oh, nice. Our creatures impressed those guys. Lovely. Let's go grab this and let's go plant this over here. Also, what we should do is get some of this wood. I think about 5,000 is normal. That should be good. Because now there is another shadow over here. Because that town over there is a part of a different tribe. Village store, yeah. Because that town over there is a different tribe, they give us access to different miracles. Well, they give us access to a different altar, should I say. Speaking of, let's go check out what we've got going on here.
Your worship site is built. Now let me teach you how to create miracles. Your people will worship you at the temple. To send them there, you must raise the totem at the village center. You move the hand over the totem. Then you hold down the action button to grab the totem. You move the hand up and down to raise and
Support is required to use it. What?
I've raised the totem, so the higher you raise the... Now
Okay. I just got a pop-up message off screen. That confused me. So he's basically saying, hey, use this totem in the village store, in the village center, to get people to do this. And these flags here will represent their needs. As you see, that's a hunger flag.
These are the
They want food.
miracles that your people offer you. The miracles of grain, wood, and water. To activate one, grab the miracle with the action button and it will be charged by your worshippers. You'll see the energy rings.
Can't do
flowing
anything
into
about
your
these
hand.
tutorials, by the way.
When the miracle is charged, it appears in your hand and you are ready to cast the miracle. Remember, worshipping comes at a cost. The needs of your worshippers can be
What I find
so
funny
it's good
is
to
that he's like,
satisfy
feed
these
your
needs
worshippers,
keep
and he
your
misses.
villagers in good health.
This food does not go to the worshippers.
I'll leave you now to
Okay, there was also another thing that you could have seen here. You see all of these people coming out of the worship site? Actually picking up the wood. I'm going to grab this and actually give it to the worshippers. But these guys all came out of this little hidey hole over here. And this little hidey hole is the bane of your existence. Because all of your worship... What happens if I do this? A Norse... That just says Norse worship site. Don't bother me with such shit. Really? Is that what you say? Anyway. People hide up here. So let me show you what happens. So if I pull this all the way up to... Oh, whoops. Let's pull that up to 100. We're going to see everyone coming in here. And you see people are just hiding at the worship site. It's because they're lazy. That's what's going on. They don't want to do anything because they're lazy. At least I think that's what's going on. So we're actually going to reduce this down to like 25. Oh, hello. Snoopykin 2. Thank you for following. Hope you are enjoying the stream. Hope you appreciate this really old game that I still think is the best game out there. That might be a bit of a bold claim, honestly. But this game is super, super good. Thank you for playing Black and White. Hey, no problem. Yeah, no, I adore this game as well. This game is great. This game really needs a lot more recognition. I hope you're enjoying it. It's also like super... I'm not sure. If you don't have the disc, how easy is this game to install? Oh, is my creature healing? Oh, goodness. Way to go, Twitchy. Way to go. This is about the context-sensitive teaching that I mentioned a bit earlier. I'm not exactly sure how detailed the creature mind goes in terms of like figuring out when to cast stuff. Or like how to cast stuff. But one thing that I've read about several times over is if you're teaching your creature to cast like Miracle Food, which he is doing now, do it in the situation where you would normally want him to cast Miracle Food, right? So let's say you only cast Miracle Food while the food desire of the village store is at like 40 or 50%. That means your creature is more likely to go there on their own once they've learned the miracle to... Oh, he's actually going to yeet this. Dude, he's going to yeet this thing. Yeah, he'll actually start to cast it only when it's like 40 or 50% at least. And one of the... what's the word? One of the things I like to do with teaching my creature miracles is some of the things I've already done, which is, for instance, casting Heal Miracle on villagers who have, like, you know, anywhere like 60 or less. Speaking of, this lady here is 35. Is my creature going to notice this and heal her? Dude! He missed! He missed the person! Okay, that's fine. We have some heals over here. Where are you? There you are. Nice. Okay. And as you noted, they started building something new here. We didn't plant that down. Kazar planted that down. Well, I am hearing some strange noises around my house. I hope my house isn't collapsing around me. I think my next door neighbors have also stopped their drilling, which is also very good. But, yeah. Kazar planted this down for us. This is going to be the next part of basically the main quest. And yeah, we're just going to wait around for a bit. I never noticed when I taught him miracles. Yeah, the game really doesn't tell you about this. There needs to be a lot more tutorials about this. And even to this day, like if you Google like how do creatures learn miracles, you're going to get like a whole bunch of different things. I'm surprised, like I know there's no oh, thank you, Razor Bulan. Thank you for following. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Hope you're enjoying this old game. But you're going to get a lot of conflicting information about how creature minds work in this game. Sadly, I don't know how they work myself. The best advice I would give you is to join the Black and White Discord and ask there. There is a Discord for this game. I'm not sure exactly where to get the link. I might be able to post it in chat actually. Let me see if I can do that just quickly. If I'm even able to. How do I get a... do I just click invite people? Or send a server link to a friend. I hope this is okay. I hope this isn't illegal. I am going to copy and paste this into the chat. Hopefully this will let you join the Black and White Discord if you haven't already. It's asking me to join Twitch. Are you serious, Streamlabs? You think I don't have a Twitch? Okay, hold on. Let me do this in my actual thing quickly. There you go. That should be the Discord invite link to the Black and White Discord server, in case you guys would like to join that and haven't already joined it. You can go there and ask any questions you like about the game. They are more than happy to help you out. They also have a section there for Black and White 2, Battle of the Gods, and Creature Isle as well. And they also actually do mods. Like, they are releasing mods for this game still. Like, one mod that they've released recently is Black and White Ultimate Edition, which comes with its own, like, exe, executable file and everything. So I would highly recommend going there, checking it out, and just generally, like, giving this game love. Like, this game is great. No problem, Snoopykin. I hope you enjoy your stay there. And in the time that we've been talking about that, we have this guy. Let's give him time.
Kazar sent me. I can help you build your settlement up. People are sleeping outdoors as they don't have enough buildings to live in. This is the
His face is actually unironically a little bit scary.
It allows you to decide when new buildings should be constructed. If you can supply
Like, look at that. Tell me that's not something out of a horror game.
So that you can plan more houses.
Such sweet music, such a soft voice, and then just with this, like, horror, like, visage on him. So he just wants us to build a bunch of houses. Which is something we can do. How do I want to go about this? Yeah, I think I don't want to pick up the trees in the village, though.
Miracle wood.
I mean, there's not really a reason not to.
Give me a little more time and I'll turn the wood into scaffolds.
So yeah, he is gonna make us scaffold, basically. We really don't necessarily need to know what's going on here. And if you guys are wondering why I have the Norse power bonus, I do have some map mods up, which is only making it, do you have any tips about worshippers? I'll think about that, and I'll think about that while I explain this point. So I'm using a map mod, which puts like these random buildings here that shouldn't be here. This is just for a bit of convenience sake. Like this graveyard here, although I think this graveyard is normally meant to be here. That's not normally meant to be there though. But I just have a map mod that makes playing the game a little bit like more streamlined, really. The Norse Wonder here doesn't really do too much. But yeah, so what do you want to know about worshippers? I feel like one of the issues to talk about with worshippers is people hiding at the worship site. So let me demonstrate again. If I raise this up to 100%, all of the worshippers, they're gonna like scramble and they're all gonna go to the worship site. We have it at 100%, so literally all of our worshippers, which is like how many? 55 people are going to go to this worship site. And as we watch here, you're going to see, let's see who is going to be the first person. Look at this guy. This guy here. Look at him just sauntering. Like, he's just sauntering here. He's been given a God-given mission to come here and worship. And he is just, nope, I'm just going to chill out in here. And then run away. Actually, he's now going to worship. But yeah. the more worshippers you have... Oh, whoops, wrong button. The more worshippers you have here, you see this little red thing? That's going to get higher and higher. I believe this has something to do with the laziness of the town. So laziness is a factor that's ascribed to like the villagers. Like each individual village has a laziness factor basically. I could be getting this completely wrong. This is just what I've gathered over like several years of playing this game. I haven't looked into the game files or anything. You can probably ask this at the Discord as well. But the lazier they are, the more people are going to hide at the worship site, which means you're going to get less worshippers like actually generating you prayer. And the way that you stop people from being lazy is you just don't give them what they want. You let them work for it themselves. So instead of like using food miracle to give them food when they ask for food, give them fields. Give them fields, let them starve for a little bit. Eventually they'll be like, oh wow, like if we don't farm, we're going to starve to death. And then they're going to start like actually farming. One thing that you can do is water their farms for them. That doesn't like increase their laziness at all, I don't think. I'm going to lower this back to about 25 here. And yeah, for other advice for worshippers, the creature just did something that might be useful. Maybe get your creature, if your creature is trained to sleep in its pen, you might also be able to train him to cast heal on the worshippers here. Wow, all of these people are still hiding, huh? Even though I've lowered it so much. Wow, okay. One thing I might be able to do. That didn't work. Normally that would send them running, but... Don't worry, I just threw a child. It's fine, it's fine. I'm God, okay? I'm a god. It's okay. But yeah, I still don't know the full mechanics about hiding at the worship site. So, yeah. In terms of how much percentage people that you want there, normally 25% is okay. For a sizable location, like 55 villages, 25 would normally get you what you want, especially for your first village. Especially since the sooner they start worshipping, the longer they'll be generating prayer for you, which means the more miracles that you can cast in the end. So, that is going to basically be it for my advice on worshippers, I think. There are, like, if we click one of these, let's see. This is just telling you about the stuff. There's a signpost that you can press that'll say, hey, like, decorate your worship site. It really doesn't do anything. It suggests that decorating your worship sites will give you... Are people still hiding here? They are. The worst thing is you can't even, like, go in here and pick them up, because they literally don't show up. They are in this 1 pixel slither, and you just can't pick them up. But yeah, decorating your worship site, it looks nice, absolutely does, but it doesn't give you any prayer power. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and do this.
You are ready to learn the secret of using miracles. Come with me. I have set up an area where you can learn more. Here you can learn about defense. And here you can learn to attack. Activate the scroll of your choice.
So it doesn't really matter which one you pick to do first. If you don't do this and you leave it till the end of the land, you will lose out on these miracles. We're going to do the fireball.
Free huts. We shall use these as our targets.
Oh, excuse me.
Here are some fireballs to use.
He's just going to give us a brief description of how to throw a fireball. Throwing fireballs is actually really difficult.
Move the hand to put momentum on the fire.
So I'm going to try my best to make sure my mouse is working as good as possible. We basically need to hit huts. Okay. Can we get it in one hit? Oh, that was a pretty solid throw, but it didn't hit anything. So if we can just move it. Oh, come on. It frickin' passed through one of them. Whoop. And that went over. That's fine. One thing to bear in mind.
Oh man, none of the huts.
It is really tough, yeah. Fireballs especially are like super duper light. I tend to have more luck throwing rocks because they're heavy. than fireballs. But you see how one of our fireballs just went straight through one of the houses? Oh, let's continue throwing here. Whoops. That depends on the amount of prayer power that you have. The more prayer power you have, the stronger your fireball is going to be. Similarly, if you what's the word? If you have the Aztec, not Aztec, if you have one of the ones that boosts up the power of the fireball miracle, it means that it'll like literally incinerate anything it touches immediately. Rather than just passing through, it'll literally just light on fire. What was that? Creature, what are you doing? Oh yeah, sure. You act nice as soon as I come over here. Sure. At least you're not pooping. Yes, hi. What are you gonna do? He looks so happy. Dude. He's so good. Anyway, our people still want more homes, so let's go ahead and plant down a few more. And we should also steal some scaffolds from Khazar as well. Just to help this along a little bit. Let's go ahead and... Oh, he's already grabbed those ones. Should be some over here. Wow, he had no scaffolds. Okay. In that case, I really want my creature to sleep in to learn to sleep in this pen. He's at 0 tiredness anyway, so he's probably not going to go back to sleep in here. How are we doing? How many homeless people do we need? We have 61 out of 44. So that says that we have 61 people living here, and we have 64 housing spaces. That still requires wood. I really want Khazar to be done with his scaffolds. So that really speeds the game up. Because he's your ally, you can just go in there and pick up any of his stuff. Like, you literally have influence in his area. Oh yeah, we should also teach our creature to do this. One thing that is a bit weird, I have not had any luck trying to get him to cast wood into the workshop. Every time I like, hey, cast wood into the workshop by like doing it in front of him, he goes out and finds a tree. Okay, creature, come over here. Are you looking at me? Oh, come on. There we go, 45%. And he's pooping again. Give him some privacy. Okay. So I'm sure, if you guys don't know, each creature has different stats, basically. Wasn't there a glitch with making more wood with a miracle, also with food? Yes, that was in the unpatched version of the game. And the glitch, I'm going to replicate it here, but it's not going to work because I've patched the game since then. You can still download the patch from the internet. But it's something like, if you have miracle food, you hover over the door, and then you just spam right-click. It'll give you like a substantial amount of food. But that's not going to quite work for us here, because they've patched it out. And what happens in our version, the version I'm playing, is that it'll just not give you anything. If you spam it like that, it's just not going to give you anything. But yeah, no, that is actually a thing. So if you download the game and you don't like go out and search for the patch for it, then that's what it'll do. And that can help you a lot in Land 3. Speaking of, let's go ahead and continue on with our quest down here.
Soon you will need to protect your villages and their buildings. The physical shield protects against objects which are not of a spiritual nature. When you have the miracle, this is how you cast a shield.
So this is just a brief description of how the shield miracle works. I think there's really only one time that you need to cast the shield miracle, if that, in the game. And if you're skilled enough, like, you can just, Oh, hold on one second. I didn't notice that my, that I had a screen region here that had the chat on. Wow. What were you saying about creature stats? Oh yeah, sorry. About creature stats. So each creature has like a different set of stats basically. So like the monkey is the smartest one, so he will learn miracles faster Whereas like the tiger is like super dumb, but he's super strong.
Tap the shield.
You can probably find those that information on like the Black and White wiki site. Like that tends to be pretty decent in terms of telling you what's going on. Although it falls. Actually, does it fall very hard when it comes to the wonders? I think it's actually pretty good with the wonders. But you can go and check it out at the Black and White wiki. I'm not sure what the exact URL is. You can probably just Google it. I'm just going to skip this because we already know what's going on here. But there's been a lot of confusion, at least on my behalf, as to what the smartest creature in the game is. Oh, I have an ice cream truck coming by my house. I call this thing the demon truck, by the way. So if you hear it, it's going to get super loud for a moment. I'll try and catch it before it happens. But there's a bit of confusion as to whether or not the monkey or the chimpanzee is the smartest. I believe recently it's been found that the monkey is the smartest creature, which means that he learns miracles at the fastest rate of any creature. So every time you cast a miracle in front of him, he gets the largest percentage bonus. Other than that, the chimpanzee is probably the second smartest, although I'm not entirely sure on that just yet. There is a spreadsheet. You can probably find it in the Discord as well. But yeah, that's all I had to say about the creature stats. The monkey, the ape here, he's not really good at fighting. Also, each creature has like what's the word? A predisposition to a certain alignment. So if you pick like the tiger, and you start teaching the tiger stuff, he has more of a tendency to start doing evil things. I think the monkey is generally good, though don't correct me on that, because I think, like from the 3 starting creatures that you get the tiger, you get the monkey, and you get the cow. I think the cow is, by its nature, good aligned. The tiger is evil aligned, so it makes sense that the monkey is just like neutrally aligned, right? And look at him, he's giving wood to my workshop even without me telling him to. Oh, we didn't learn that one? But typically like the carnivorous creatures tend to be more evil aligned, whereas the herbivorous creatures tend to be more, you know, good or neutral aligned. 100%, there we go. Okay, now we're just going to leave him to do what he wants to do. And I'm going to just start building some more homes here. I actually want to pause this here, just so that I can get some more of these large house templates down. And again, with these large template houses, it's on a cycle. So you see that we have 2 different houses here. We have this house and this house. You see how this one has 3 people on it? This one has 4. That means that this house here can contain more people than this house here. But they all come from a 2 scaffolding frame, basically. And the way that you decide, or the way that you pick which house that you want to get, so for instance, over here I've got 2 of the same houses, is to wait until you get the house that you want from the scaffolding, wait until it shows the one that you want, and that depends on what type of houses have already been built. So if you built one of these, I'm not sure if this is the right order, but if you built one of these already, it will default to one of these. And if you built one of these already, then it'll default to one of these. And then it'll continue, so it'll go from this to this to this to this, and keep going like that. So wait until it gives you the house that gives you the largest size, and then just plant as many 2 scaffolding things down as you can, like immediately. Not immediately, but like before the last building, before the building is constructed, right? So the reason I was able to plant these 2 down is because this building over here was still in construction, and this is the same type of building as these 2. Just a little optimization thing. It doesn't really matter too much. It's good to know in case you want it to be optimized. But yeah, how are our artifacts doing? People are fervently dancing around this thing, but we're not getting any glowy yet. And people are not dancing around this thing, which is sad. Let's scare them a bit. 31 belief. One of the most important things to get in Black and White is an artifact. And an artifact is basically a fancy stone, like the singing stone from Land 1. Also, I think there's, what is it? The crying stones from Land 3. also counts. You want them to be charged. You want like your people to dance around it. They'll give it a charge, which will give it a glow, and that will also, if it's fully charged, it will also put your god symbol above the stone itself. Creature, what are you doing? Creature wants to be kind and generous. You're a little bit tired for that, so let's go over here. Let's get you some food. Funnily enough, if you teach your creature to eat from the village store, that's considered evil. Even though it is like literally not eating like any live animal. And the reason why it's evil is because you're stealing from the villagers, which is absurd. I think that's just ridiculous. Do we have enough homes yet? There we go.
Your village now truly has more room for people. Building more will encourage growth.
This miracle that we're going to get is going to be super useful in Land 3.
I held the knowledge of the forest miracle. Follow me.
So he's going to give us the ability to cast the forest miracle from our altar. And what we normally want to do with that is we want to make it into a miracle seed by putting it onto a dispenser and then sending it through the portal to Land 3 when that appears. And when we get there, I'll let you know why that's going to be important. But for now, it's just something that we would want. Okay, creature needs to go to sleep. Forest Miracle is so OP. It is. It very much is. I feel like the Wood Miracle is similarly overpowered, but the Forest Miracle just gives you so much more, like, for so much less, I feel. Right. Are you actually gonna... Oh, this is the gesture guide. Okay. He's probably going to tell us to impress this village over there.
Our combined strength is becoming greater. As you near Lethis, it will become more essential to have your miracle skills in top form. For this, you must experience the benefit of gestures. You can charge miracles without having to return to your temple to select them. Move your hand in a spiral like this. Now select the miracle of your choice. Crane is selected like this.
Surprisingly, these gestures are actually like pretty responsive. I played a lot of other games that have like this type of mechanic in it, and it's just always so twitchy to handle. It can be twitchy in this game as well, don't get me wrong, but this game handles it super duper well. So yeah, we get these symbols down here, we do an S, that gives us food.
Superb. You should practice your gestures. Go and impress this town over here. They look like they're in a bad way.
So he's just gonna be like, hey, fill it up with food while I fill it up with wood. And we're just gonna do this a couple of times.
Excellent. We have filled the village store.
You've done nothing, Qatar. What are you on?
Time is not kind. You need to gain influence in the direction of our common enemy. I strongly encourage you to gain this town. Before I leave to defend my realm, I must tell you one more thing.
And here he's going to tell us about the influence.
You will notice you cannot do anything, even cast miracles outside of your influence. However, there is a way.
I'm going to try and skip past as much of this as I can.
Outside the edge of your realm for short periods of time. But your influence is soon lost.
You never understood the point he's trying to teach about making miracles outside of the influence border? So he's basically like, hey, if your hand has this X on it, you can't do anything. That's basically what he's trying to tell you. And he's also trying to say, like, so if you listen closely... Wow, rude. If you listen closely while your hand is outside the border, you can hear a high-pitched noise. And you see all of those, like, red tendrils. While that's going on, you can still interact with things. But let's say, like, I do this. You see how it's going on for, like, maybe, like, 5 seconds or so. The further away you are, the quicker that's going to disappear. That's basically what he's trying to say. Do you know of the influence exploit, though? The way that you can use like the game pause mechanic to try and just like break influence. Because that comes in really handy in Land 3. If you want to win it in a certain way, of course. Also in like literally all the other lands, I think it helps out quite a ton.
Miracle food.
Yes, you remember that? Yeah, there we go. So for the purposes of the stream, I'll demonstrate it anyway. So while this is going on, you can pause the game, and the reason why I can interact with over here if the game was on pause. You used it to kill worshippers far away. That is literally what you do with it. If you're quick enough, you can pick up a person. What I like to do is turn time to slow. That gives you a little bit more time. So that lady that we couldn't grab, we'll try and grab that man. We can now grab him. And what's even funnier, you see he's a Lethis worshipper. We can actually just be like, hey, you are now, well, if we had room. Yeah, here we go. So watch him become converted. He is now, now doesn't follow any god. Shows you how solid these guys' faiths are in their gods, right? Just like this random ass god comes by and like, hey, you live here now. And he's like, okay, I'll forget about the previous god that I worshipped. And yeah, you can use that to aggressively, peacefully convert your enemies as villagers. It is awesome. It's tedious though, but it is one way that you can get over the problem with the final village in Land 5. Have you completed the game before, Snoopykun? Or do you just want me to call you Snoopy? I think Snoopy is a little bit easier to say. I think I want to wait until this thing becomes scaffolding 2. Yeah, so this game took me a really long time to complete. Like, for years, I just wasn't able to complete it. Snoopy is fine. Excellent. Yeah, the last village in the last land, like, it's literally impossible to impress them until, like, a certain condition is met. Like, they're like, no, you can't convert us. Like, our faith is too strong. But it literally doesn't stop you from just, like, picking them up or killing them and then, you know, replacing them with one of your worshippers, and then they suddenly believe in you. You remember the skeleton village? That was in Land 4. Yeah, the skeleton village is awesome. I think it's like the final village that you need to impress in Land 4 as well, if I remember right. Land 4 scared the heck out of me when I was a kid. I was like, no way, this land is impossible to complete. And I spent years of my life trying to figure out how to do it really quickly. And we've actually already gone like a decent amount of the way there to figuring out Land 4 already. So one of the reasons why we've got these artifacts here is because of Land 4. They also help in Land 3 quite a bit. But we have also taught our creature the Miracle Flock Miracle. Yeah, it is super chaotic. Like, absolutely. Undeniably. But really the only thing you need to worry about is acting fast enough to stop the fireballs from hurting you. Because the fireballs can't hurt you for a short time, for a certain amount of time when you start the land. Let's see. How do we advance now? I guess we just need to start impressing the villagers. So here, let's get our creature on this impressing task. I don't want to go too fast because I do need these artifacts to be charged. And as you can see, it's got this red glow around it.
We need more civic buildings.
More civic buildings, huh? That means you need, what, a graveyard? You have a graveyard. Oh, no, you need a crash. Okay. Let's get them a civic building. Whoops. I normally like to place the crash in the middle of town. Simply so that they have easier access to the artifact so they can dance around it. He is pooping. Okay, just leave him to poop. And no one's dancing around this place. Right, let's go and bring our creature over here and get him to impress this village. Let's just watch him waddle on over there. And this village actually has a couple of cool silver reward scrolls as well. Speaking of... oh, he's going to say hi.
You must convert Lethis village.
Let's go ahead and do this one.
Thank goodness it's you. You're the only one who can help me. My temple here keeps getting flooded during heavy rain. The building consists of separate rings which you place over these columns.
You gotta love the Britishness of this guy.
Move the sections up the beach to rebuild it on the furthest column where it'll be safe. But the temple has to be moved correctly. The architect left an explanation on this signpost.
So this is... I think this is... what is... This isn't a sliding puzzle. This is a... some kind of puzzle. The beach temple puzzle. Basically, you can't place anything bigger. Oh, whoops. You can't place anything bigger on top of anything smaller. So you have to do... Oh, I did this the wrong way around, actually. Yeah, that's meant to be in the middle.
Help me, friend. You must help
Go
me.
away. What am I doing here? I put that there. Put this here. I've done this the wrong way around. Oh no, I haven't. I can still get this done. Just takes a few more moves. A lot more moves. Where did that... There we go, that's there.
My Welsh dress is toppled.
This guy says the most hilarious things.
My house of cards that took 4 years.
It took 4 years!
My house of cards that took 4 years.
He rebuilt that quickly.
Oh, me matchstick galleon.
Me matchstick galleon. Yeah. Just... It's small things like this that really add to the charm of this game. Like, I feel like this game is criminally underrepresented. But, apparently back in the day, Peter Molyneux was, like, hyping up this thing, like, go away, Kazar. Peter Molyneux was hyping up this thing, like, as he would do. It was his first time, so the gaming community didn't really, like, call him out on it. But it kind of soured the reputation of this game, I think. Like, in its legacy. It's like, oh yeah, Black and White was the first instance of Peter Molyneux's lies. Even though it's, like, a fantastic game. Honestly, when I got the game, like, I didn't know anything about Peter Molyneux, or anything that he did in the gaming community, or any other promises that he made about his game that didn't come through in the end. And, like, I feel like the game is better for it. Because if I went in being like, hey, this and this and this were promised to me, and it wasn't in the game, I feel like, sure, that would have soured it a little bit, right? But, hey. Anyway, now this temple will act as a healing area for anyone that we place there who is sick. So let's see if we can demonstrate that. Who is someone sick? You know what? Let's make someone sick. 50. Let's get her down to like 20. Sure, 33 is fine. Lionhead Studios have unique games. Yeah, they absolutely do. I feel like I have a bit of a hot take. I feel like the Fabled games aren't really that great. And I feel like they distracted from their work on God simulators. If they had continued this line of games, like this Black and White line of games, I really think that it would be like its own... It is its own genre, of course. But even other God simulators aren't like this, right? Like, some of the key things in this game are like, you know, you're a god, you can cast miracles, you have like city management, you have, you know, alignment system. Like, that's all super good. And you also have a creature. Like, the creature is the most defining part of the game. One of the most defining parts. It's hilarious, though, how useless the creature actually is in the grand scheme of things. Sure, you can teach him to do, like, all of this wonderful stuff. And, like, you can, like, teach him to, you know, plant, like, cast a forest miracle and then water it and then use the trees only from that to, like, to fuel the wood resources in towns. The amount of effort it takes to do that, though, is, like, intense. As is the amount of effort it takes to get your creature to actually... Are you actually impressing them? Can he, like, actually cast a miracle? Wrong miracle. Cast the flock one. Cast the impressive one. There we go. We got 45 belief from that. Okay, let's bring him back home. Creature is better in black and white too, but the game is worse. I agree. Absolutely agree. It is a shame that you can't really teach your creature miracles. You have to buy them in black and white too. But yeah, I do love that he can actually like fight in military combat, which is great. Like, I love it. I do think it's a little bit weird, though it's also kind of oddly world building, like appropriate, that non-gods in black and white 2 have access to creatures. Like, I feel like it's a cultural thing. Like, this one creature, or like these creatures are associated with like this and this commander, or you know, this and this culture. Like, I think in that one, like, the wolf is the creature for the Nordic people. And I love that the creatures are like explained, like, or represented as being, you know, godless in that game, which I think is something sorely missing from this game, because this game kind of implies that, you know, well, maybe not. I was about to say that this game kind of implies that creatures are you going to eat that? Wow. Well, firstly, creatures are freaking stupid as heck. Can you go to sleep, please? Sleep. Go to sleep. It is nighttime. Was it daytime now? Okay. He goes to sleep outside. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think it's super nice that creatures get representation as like being godless in that game. Whereas in this game, you do kind of see it with the guide. And you also see it quite a bit in Creature Isle as well, which is super cool. I did want to say that like creatures were never represented as godless in this game, but I kind of, you know, I kind of went back on that. What are you doing now? You want to impress somebody? Okay, that's a good start. Let's see how he's going to impress these guys. How much more belief do I need over here? 513? That should just be like one more miracle cast, and I think we can use our artifact here. Is anyone worshipping or doing something on this side? Oops. No one is dancing here. Okay, that's fine. Let's just like move it over here instead. These guys aren't belonging. These guys don't belong to us yet.
Disciple breeder.
Okay, can you start impressing? Nice. At the same time, adding onto that creature stuff, like I feel like the creatures much easier to manage and to like control in Black and White 2. In Black and White 1, they're their own thing. Like, you literally cannot control what they do. And you don't have as much influence over them as you do in Black and White 2. But at the same time, like, I feel like the creatures in Black and White 2 are, like, dumber. And what I mean by that is, like, they can't learn as much. Like, anywhere near as much. Like, what's the best thing that you can do? You can teach them, you know, to build stuff. You can teach them to cast certain miracles at certain times. But that's about it, like, that, to the extent of my knowledge. Oh, are you actually dancing around that? Wow. The other guys didn't like this thing at all, and you guys are already, like, all over it. Oh, and take a look at that. Our creature, his dancing, it's almost giving us a constant stream of prayer power. How's our worshippers doing? They're doing good. Okay, let's try and get a couple of disciple breeders here. You don't need that many to maintain a population. How is our housing doing? 91 out of 90. We do need a few more houses. So let's go ahead and get some more wood here. And let's try and borrow some scaffolds from Khazar. Let's wait until we get one more. There we go. And while that's busy, let's go pay our good friend Kazara a visit. Oh, look at that. He has gifts for us.
Help me, friend. You must help me.
I can help you by you helping me. I guess he's literally done that, huh? Okay. Let's go ahead and place this one down here.
We're low on wood.
Snoopy, how do you, like, when you play this game, what's your general, like, alignment? Do you find yourself tending towards more good or more evil playstyles? And how do you feel about the different playstyles as well? If you have an opinion on those. Let's do 3. Oh, you guys also need homes? Evil because it's easier. Yeah, pretty much. I pretty much agree. Like, being evil is just generally simpler, it's faster. I feel like any speedrun of the game would best be done as an evil character. Though I think the evilness is just going to be a side effect in that case, right? Because what are you going to do, like, to beat this game quickly? You're going to kill the opponent. You're going to, like, use the influence glitch, try and, like, kill as many people as you can in, like, all the enemy towns, and then place one of your worshippers there as a missionary. And then, boom, like, you have your city converted. I have tried so hard to... Yep, kill and burn. Yeah, exactly. I've tried so hard to, like, play good characters. Like, I do like the good aligned temple. Like, I think it looks better than an evil aligned temple. But it's just, like, so much more effort to just be good. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm just sitting here. I guess it's more of a chill experience, right? It's more like, hey, just plant down buildings whenever the people are like, hey, we need homes. And then just watch them grow, basically. Speaking of, now that we have an artifact, we can start breaking the game.
Take settlements from Lethis, ally.
Yeah, I will. So, we are going to build ourselves a nice big wonder.
Miracle wood.
And we're going to use the artifact to help us out.
Miracle wood.
Let's just get ourselves a lot of wood.
Miracle wood.
And we can dig into our reserves as well, if they have any. Oh. Look at him just waiting for his scaffolds. Nice. So the type of wonder that you get from the scaffolds depends on where the scaffolds are from. So what type of village they're from. Okay. So, if I do... Oh wow. What does the artifact have to do with wonder? Well, I'll show you. See how big this wonder is? Yeah. So that is directly proportionate to the amount of belief in the area. And guess what these things are filled up with? So once the shadow sets here, there we go. And if we can get this in the right angle, oh, look at how much bigger that is. Oh, if we can get it. So we have it like that. Actually, is this working? Oh yeah, you see it just grow big for a second there, right? It's a bit finicky. You never knew about that? Yeah, it's super good. It basically lets you cheat out endgame stuff, like, immediately. There we go. You see it expand, like, a lot there. So, tiny, big. And that is literally going to make the wonder so much better. Although I can't quite remember what the what the Greek wonder does. I think it increases the power of the flock miracles, if I remember right. I think it also makes them age up, makes your villagers age up faster. I was hoping to get the Norse wonder, but the Greek wonder, we're going to build it at some point anyway. And once the blueprint is down, you can pick up the artifact and move it again. So that wonder is now going to be as powerful as it was if the thing was there already. And it's cumulative as well. So it's not just the strength of the artifact as well. It's also the strength of the nearby village. So it is additive. On the downside, it means that you have to give them a lot of wood, which is normally why the Norse the Norse Wonder is so good to start off with. And this is a bit of a problem that you need to overcome in Land 3, but really it's just about time. Like, as soon as you get all the wood that you need, you're basically set.
Miracle wood.
And I think I can also show you, like, how quickly you can take over a village with this thing. How much more belief... Hold on, let me set this down here. How much more belief do I need here? 36. So this one is literally just going to be throw that. It crashed. Okay. That happens sometimes. When you use an artifact, that can happen. So let's just load up again and see where it left us. I think there was an autosave relatively nearby. We might need to put down the Wonder again. But this is what happens when you play a very old game. Alright, let's see where it left us. Oh, okay, it's doing this thing again. It made the entry save point. So many bugs, yeah. It makes the entry save point the moment when your temple was created. So let me go up here. Don't worry about the purple. What's the time? Time for me is 8:53. So this is 1850. That's 8:35. That's an autosave. 8:48. 8:43. 8:46. Okay, so it looks like we're going to go with 8:48. Load. Yep. Yeah, one thing you should do before you use artifacts is to make sure you save. Okay, so this is our latest save, and yeah, we haven't put down the temple yet. Which is fine, because I actually want to get the Norse Wonder instead of the Greek Wonder.
Miracle wood.
I think the Greek Wonder also has an effect on the villager breeding rate. So if you have a really large one, you're going to get like a massive amount of children. Let's see if Khazar has any spares. He has one spare. Okay. I am going to end the stream in a few more minutes here. Simply because I just need to get to sleep. I normally have to wake up pretty early in the morning.
You are doing well, ally.
Hey, thanks. And yeah, even though it's still like really bright outside. But yeah, okay, we have what? Scaffold value 7 now? When's the next one? So today is Wednesday. Tomorrow I have something. I will be able to do a stream on Friday. So that will be... let me just double check my calendar here. And that'll be Friday at 17... Friday at 6 p.m. I'm going to be at a big beach party this weekend. Oh my goodness. That sounds fantastic, man. I hope you enjoy the hot sun. GMT? Yeah, GMT. Oh, sorry, British summertime. Basically the time that it is in Britain right now. Yeah, no problem. I hope to get a little bit more regular with these streams. I won't necessarily be doing black and white on all the streams. I also like to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels. And I will also do, at some point, some visual novels as well. But yeah, on Friday I'm going to be doing a stream, and I hope in the next coming weeks I'll start streaming regularly on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm still in the process of updating my channel with all the information. I'm still learning the ropes. So yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is great. It is. I'm so glad that Master Duels is around to actually be able to play it, because the actual card game is like really expensive. But yeah. Yeah, so next stream should be on Friday. Friday about 6 p.m. British summertime. And after that, you can catch me on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time, 6 p.m. British Summer Time. But yeah, let me see. Next time we'll get this wonder built, and I'll try and see if I can. When I started the stream, I was messing around with a creature editor as a third-party program, just so that I can get a large creature, because creatures take an extremely long time to grow in this game. So I just wanted to cut out all the waiting around for that to happen, because you can easily finish like multiple games of this game without a maximum size creature. But it didn't work, so I'll try and get that working next time as well. But yeah, alright, I think that is everything. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. Thank you guys all for coming by. I'm so glad that people are still very interested in this game. It warms my heart because this game is like so close to me. One of the main games I played when I was a kid as well, so yeah. And yeah, hope to catch you all later. Have a good evening, everyone.